Well, it's the end of week 4, start of week 5. Been alright this week, lost £3, so I'm sort of round about where I think it's going to even off now, hopefully £3 a week. Total weight loss for the last 4 weeks, for the last month, is £19. I lost another inch off my belly, so I'm down to I guess 47.5 inch around the belly, which I only take a 36-inch jean, which is ridiculous, so it hangs over his belly. That's down to about 42 now, so it's become quite noticeable. Definitely looking thinner in the face, which I'm pretty upset. And I found it quite easy this week, to be fair. The exercise I'm actually looking forward to now. That's changed completely, because when I first started, it's only a cross trainer I use, and I use it for 30 minutes and or 10 kilometres, whichever is the greater. And it started out 10 kilometres was taking about 32 minutes, which is crap, to be honest. But I've got that down to around about 19 minutes now in the last 4 weeks, so I'm quite pleased with that. Heart rate recovery is fine. I really, this is, it sounds arrogant, but this has been a lot easier than I thought it would be. And I think, well, I say easier in the sense that it's something I want to do, so that makes it easier for a start. I got an end goal. I know what, it's to look better, feel better, and I'm 4 weeks in, and I'm feeling better already. So, every day means hopefully one day, getting fitter and, healthier, as it were. Certainly notice it in clothes now. Jeans that I bought a while back started to fit again. Jeans I bought and never worn. Still waiting in the cupboard to be tried on. So I'm still on course. The plan was for 14 to 16 weeks. Hopefully I'll be round about the target weight in 10 weeks time. I'm aiming for 13 stone 12. The BMI says I should be 10 stone 4, and like I said in an earlier video, I don't rate the BMI in what's its body mass index. I take that with a pinch of salt, to be honest. If I weigh 10 stone 4 pound, I look like a frigging matchstick. It's just ludicrous. I'm sure that's what it should be, but I look like a blooming poor war refugee or something. So no, I've gone for a weight I think will be okay for me. 13 stone 12 will be where I was a couple of years ago, and was happy at that weight. So hopefully about 10 weeks to go. The problems then will be, as I'm sure anyone who's dieted before, is the maintenance side of it, because I think that the losing the weight can be quite easy really, but I think I'm starting to plan now for what I'm going to do when I'm off this diet, not necessarily off this diet, but I want to increase my intake slightly. That's something I'm going to have to think about, because obviously if I stay at the calorie intake I'm in at the moment, which is roughly around about 1200 calories a day. Friday was about 1500, but I'm trying to keep it around the 1200 mark. That way there should be a weight loss every week then. But going back up to say average calorie controlled diet, I say average calories of 2500 for a guy, that would be way too much for me, I think, because I'd start putting weight back on. So it's looking for a happy medium really. But yeah, it's been easier than I thought, which is the main thing. So I'm pleased with the results. But like I say, it's one of those things you've got to keep on top of all the time. It's like saying it's the plans to be down to be target weight in 10 weeks time. That's not to say in 6 months time I couldn't have put the whole lot back on. And that does worry me. So this is really going to have to be sort of a life change thing really, as opposed to just a one-off diet. So like I say, I'm just going to have to plan for that as I get towards my goal weight. But I'll see what I feel like when I get to my goal weight really. I mean, if I think I could go a little further, or I'm happy as with calorie intake, because I'm not finding it hard in the spa. I'm not finding it hard. I'm eating what I need to get by every day. It's as simple as that, really. I've cut down. I've just cut out the crap. Main thing being, I mean, I was a chocoholic. Sweets, cakes, sweets, crisps. You know, and like I said in an earlier video, the things that would get me would be I'd leave the house at 7:30. I'd get in around about 5, and I'd eat nothing all day. I might have a couple of cups of coffee, but I'd eat nothing all day. I'd have a large evening meal around about 6, but then I'd just chump out all night then until about 11 o'clock at night. And it's just the way it's been for a few years. And I haven't noticed. Of course, I've noticed that I've eaten more, but it's just the crap you start to eat then. Whereas I'm finding having 3 meals a day, it's definitely easier. Having breakfast before I go to work, and taking me can of mackerel, me fruit with me to work. I'm finding it easier. Plus the fact I'm not hungry throughout the day now, and I think it helps with the metabolism as well. Like I said in the previous one, I suffer from IBS, and this has been a dramatic change in that. In fact, it's been an overwhelming change. But again, I knew my IBS was caused by diet, so I had no excuse really to leave it this long. So far it's all positives. That's not to say, I mean, the other thing I've cut out obviously is alcohol. So I haven't drunk since January the 5th now. Not that I was a big drinker anyway, but it's nice to have a drink at the weekend, a bottle of wine or something with a meal. But that I haven't done, and yeah, I do miss that. That's the one thing. I think the sweets now I can do without, and the puddings I can do without. But a bottle of wine on a Saturday night, that I am missing now, to be honest. But that's something I'll introduce back in again when my diet's finished, you know, and go from there, see how we get on. But yeah, so all good this week, and I'll speak to you again next week and let you know how we get on. So goodbye for now, and I'll speak to you later. Bye bye.